Alright, this is Brad and Wesley out here again. We're going to start a new project. We're going to make him a coloring box. This is the final product, and if you stick around you'll see the steps we took to build the whole thing. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. So we're going to use this scrap wood we got left over for making our drawers, and we got to fit in is crayons and color pencils. And Wesley's going to be the cameraman. The first thing we have to do is figure out how big we want it. So, how big do you want it, Wesley? Want it as big as this book?
Too heavy.
Small? As big as this?
About,
bag?
yeah.
And how thick do we want it? About as
About
thick as the
this
book?
size. Maybe a little bit bigger.
Okay, so we'll cut it even with the book. How about that?
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright. We kind of line the blade up to about the right thickness. We're just eyeballing it here. Nothing real, just being real quick and easy with it. Or we're going to cut 4 pieces. We might get multiple pieces out of one piece of board, so that's good enough for now. How long do you want it?
About the size of this colored
This
pencil.
color pencil. So what we got to remember is there will be another board in here like this, right? So we got to account for that on both ends, and then maybe give a little to grow on. A little bit of space. Say this much. So this will be somewhere around here. Will be our length. Sound good? So we need to cut 2 of them that length. Pretty close. Alright, so now we got to figure out how wide do you want it?
About.
You just tell me.
I don't want it too big because I don't want it to not fit in my book bag that good.
So is that
About
it?
that one. Yeah.
That's how wide you want it?
Yep.
Alright, so about right here. We'll go a little wider. Ready. Alright, so now we're ready to use the box joint jig. So now I gotta swap over to my dado blades. Alright, we made a couple test cuts and got our dado blade where it all fits real good. The depth is a little too high, but that's okay. I'll just sand that off when I round over the edges. So now we're ready to put our real stuff in there and do the real cuts. What we do is we just set it in place, and then we have to shift 2 of them over by the thickness of the cut. Put them in there, and then we just gotta clamp it in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how the initial dry fit works out. Should be okay though. Alright, now we got to cut our top and bottom. So we're going to be able to get 2 pieces out of this. So we're just going to make us a mark. Alright, here we go.
You want me to skip through the color?
We're going to top and our bottom cut.
Don't let that screw.
Doesn't matter because.
Gonna sand it.
Yep, we're going to cut all that extra off of there.
That actually looks cool.
Really?
Yeah. All you gotta do is sand that
You
and
want it like
then.
that?
Yeah, it looks cool. Does that change the plans?
Well, we didn't square it up, but we can do it like that.
Because it looks like a book. Like, keep it like that and leave stuff out so I can open it.
You want so the You want it flush on one end?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a book, because it'll be book sized. And maybe someday we could paint it.
Yeah, you could draw you a cover art on there. Well, we might want to square it up then. Just to cut just a little more off from these two. So last night we got it glued up, and this morning it's ready to sand. So Wesley's gonna start doing some sanding. You like that? Mm-hmm. All right, we'll do all four corners like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's figure out what do you want for the top. That's got a cool little thing on it.
Yeah, I want this side. But it kind of matches the whole box. We figured out where to put our clamps, and we got a wet rag to wipe the glue off.
So we're ready to glue everything up now. We've done the glue a little bit. Definitely overdone it. Still be tons of glue in there, but
It's better than tons
mega
of glue.
tons. Wiping the glue out, the squeeze out as much as I can get. So we pulled our clamps off, and since I decided to make it look like a book, books aren't flat, you know, we're always kind of rounded. So we're going to have to cut us another piece and then sand it kind of rounded somehow. So we'll go ahead and mark that. So go ahead and mark it to length. There you go. And see if it fits. Got our backy unglued on there. Let that sit for about 30 minutes. And what we're going to do is do a little trial run with some tape. See how it works. So we'll see how this does. Should work good. So what we're going to do, we get some contact cement and cut a piece of cloth out, just the right size. We're going to take the cloth, put it around it, glue it in place, and it should be good.
Are you going to use this as like a glue for fabric?
Yep. And pull it tight from each end. There you go. And then get it kind of centered. Straight. Let's just touch this one in.
Not really bad. All I gotta do is cut it off. and then do something.
Yeah, we can cut our excess off.
Yep.
Trim that off with a razor knife. Got it taped up, ready to put a little paint on it. He decided he's going to paint it green. It's camouflage green color. And then we got a stripe under here that's silver. Here we go. Here's his boat. That looks good. Cool. So for latches, I thought I would try these little magnets. Do something like that. Drill them in and super glue them in, and hopefully they'll stay. We'll see how that works out. The magnets, they work pretty good. Got 2 in there. Snaps it closed, pretty, holds it together really good. And there it is with a second coat of varnish on it. Still wet, or I'd move it around and show it. But that's it. It smeared the writing, but kind of think it looks neat. So we'll just leave it. The Art of Color by Wesley Clark. Pretty neat.